Hi, this is Bruce, the Last Nail. I'm here up on Magnolia Road in what I call the Magnolia Road corridor between Boulder Canyon and Peak to Peak Highway. I was going to do either one of two things this morning. I was either going to do the trees as part of my Springtime Colorado series, or as I am right now, Magnolia Road. So we'll see how this comes out. Maybe it comes out to both, or maybe it comes out to one or the other. But let's just see what happens with no real major agenda here. Okay, so I'm straight up west on Magnolia Road. My first stop, I'm about a mile from my first stop, so this is the first stop after my intro. Of course, it says Bigfoot can do it, leave no trace. Well, I have about a size 11 and a half or 12 foot, so I have to wonder if they're talking about me or not. Let's move on. Here's a fairly young but established grove of what I think are aspens. I'm not sure, but it does look like aspens. They tend to be up higher in the mountains, even though they do grow in the Denver or Boulder area. But one of the characteristics is they're usually some of the last trees to sprout or leaf, and in the spring. So it's really, since we're at May 14th, we're right smack in the middle of May. Sorry about that. And show around a little bit. And they're usually the first trees to turn yellow in sometimes late August and early September. Here's an area up Magnolia Road near the top where I've been several times, and there's a hiking trail up here that goes up about a half mile or a mile to a ridge line, and at that ridge line we'll be able to get a view of the Front Range that's up in this area. In fact, Eldora ski area, which I've skied at several times, still has snow, so we'll check that out too. Now there's the upper part of Eldora ski area, and that's just south of Nederland. I've skied there many times. Just about every slope, every ski run you're seeing there, I've skied down. Fun place. Hi, so this is a rather interesting dilemma. I'm on a trail, and I would say deep in the forest here at the top. I'm probably within a mile of Magnolia Road, so I'm not lost or anything. This is just a trail that I've never been on. So I took a turn. This is not where I wanted to go into, but it's just the same. It's beautiful in here. So let's see, I guess I'll make up a saying, something like, I'm not lost. I'm just on a trail that I've never been on before. So I know that didn't take a lot of imagination, but just the same, here it is. Just beautiful up here. Another possible dilemma, I've taken a path that went to the right of the one that I came down, and I'm coming down probably towards Nederland from Magnolia Road. Now Magnolia Road is back up that way, I do know that. There's a dilemma of a stake and some barbed wire that's been cut down here. So one of the things we want to do when we're out hiking or out filming for YouTube or YouTube videos is be respectful of private property, but also there's no signs here saying that something's private, just barbed wire that's been felled. So I'm going to head back up that way, back towards Magnolia. I know I will get there safely, that's not a problem, but I do have a sense of direction. This is going east. That's going north, of course that's west, and this is probably south or maybe southeast. So that's where I'm at right now, so I have to rely a little bit on my instincts. So let's see what happens. And this is fun. Springtime, Colorado. Now this is a trail that I was originally on when I came here. So I'm just going to take this trail. I'm just going to stay on trail and take this back to that where that young forested area is. And then the trail there will get me back to my truck. So I don't know what you can see in there, but again, there's the Eldora ski area. I'm a little bit closer to it, but with the lens that I have, let's see if I can zoom in a little better. Yeah, I can zoom in a little better here. The lens that I have, I can zoom in about 45 millimeters on it. That's about it. But again, every run that you see there, I have skied down. So it is beautiful up there. When you're at the top, you just have an amazing view of the Front Range. And then at the top of the ridge over there would be the Pacific Crest Trail. There's a message for us all that someone left on the trail, and that looks like it's in quartz. And there's another message in quartz, the peace sign. So now I'm over here in the middle of a young pine forest. I don't know if at some point that a forest fire came through here, probably did. Usually when forest fires come through, the aspens tend to take over. So I know I'm getting closer to Magnolia Road because I'm turning the camera around and there's Magnolia Road. And I've heard cars going up and down that pretty quickly, so I know it's not somebody's driveway. So we're in good shape. So this is what I've been walking through. It looks like a forest where a lot of trees have been cut, and there's also evidence of burning going on here, probably a fire that came through. And just down there at the bottom where the trees are is again Magnolia. So for about the last quarter mile I've been bushwhacking. I got off trail and bushwhacking through the young forest. So behind me is the trail that I started on originally. So I'll get back to there and get back to the car or the truck. I will get back to the trail behind me and I'll get back to the truck. The mountain over there that you see in front of you, I'm not exactly sure what the name of that mountain is, but it is part of the Golden Gate State Park up here in Colorado, and right now we are probably southeast of Nederland. The park is really due west of a town called Rollinsville. Beautiful day. There's Magnolia Road just off to the left. Now I've already reached the top at Peak to Peak Highway, and I've elected to go back down Magnolia Road because there were some places that I missed that I was just looking for a place to park, and so I'm going to go back and see if I can catch some things on the way back. I don't know if you can hear them, but the chorus that you hear out there are frogs. And from where I'm standing, they're pretty loud. The dark things, I don't know if you can see them, but that's cattle. And just for informational purposes, I'm probably around 8,000 feet in elevation. That's my guess. Well, this is Bruce, the last nail, and I'm about ready to call it a day up here on Magnolia. We do have some clouds coming in. I haven't heard any thunder, but that's always a possibility here. And being that I'm 8,000 feet up, I really don't want to stay and find out if we have any thunder, especially electrical storm coming in.